Welcome to Pop Culture Roulette for all your pop culture needs. We're America's podcast. Oh, okay. All right. Since I messed up the last time we recorded, I'm not going to do that wrong this time. Welcome, Jeremy,
Oh, thank you, Nicholas.
and welcome, Justin.
Oh, I'm surprised they got the invite.
Who else am I going to invite? You two are the only ones that'll show up.
That's not even true.
Well, there's the dogs,
The cats.
the cats.
That is true.
Their cats don't show up so much anymore.
Now that I'm down in the basement, the one cat does not. I'm down to one cat, if you remember one of the past episodes we did. So, yeah, no, now that I'm down in the basement, the cat doesn't get the opportunity to record anymore because she's locked upstairs and she's not allowed to come down here.
The poor cat.
Well, maybe if
Cats like basements too.
I know, but maybe if I did some work down here and actually finished it off a little bit, maybe I'd start letting her come down here a little bit. But
free the kitties.
Free the cat. We're gonna start a campaign.
Just let her come down here on Sunday nights when we record.
Yeah, carry her down the steps.
Oh yeah, that'll work out real well. She'd love that. All right. Well, how was everybody's week? How are we doing?
Getting through another week.
Yeah, it's been like kind of a really crazy summer. It's been going really fast.
Yeah, yeah. At some point, like, I mean, I know it's not the exact halfway point because of how months work, but like when you hit like July 15th, you just feel like it's like the middle of the year. Like it's just like and all of a sudden you're like, it's half over already. I really should have done more of our 31 for 31 content, and Christmas is around the corner.
Yeah, dude, it's nuts. It's like,
well, football's right around the corner.
Yeah. Oh, I get a text today from the fantasy league that I won last year. They want to do the draft here pretty soon, or not soon, but they started talking about it again. So I gotta see if I can defend the title.
Preseason starts next month.
Oh man, baseball season we just had the All-Star game this week. We had what is legendarily one of the worst renditions of Star Spangled Banner of all time with whoever this Ingrid Andress person.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was like
that was awesome.
That was Roseanne Barr level bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you buy the I'm drunk and I need to go to rehab story, or do you think she was just that bad? And
I think she was probably fucked up on something. I mean, did she win Grammys? Or she was nominated at least?
I think she's been at least nominated.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. You don't buy it?
I don't. I mean, I do know that apparently one of the announcers made a comment about somebody like saying when her rendition was over, saying something about like, well, I guess the party started a little early tonight. So apparently he could tell. Part of me thought maybe it was just like, because I didn't know who she was. Like I had never even heard the name before.
I still don't know who she is.
Yeah, I have no idea, but I do now. It's awesome.
Yeah. So I tried to watch one of her songs on YouTube, and it is that shitty country pop. Like it's barely country. It's so auto-tuned. I mean, granted, I hate country to begin with. So, but it's so part of me was like, is it just that you were trying to sing live in a situation where you didn't get to use auto-tune and you can't do it? Or were you actually drunk? I don't know. But I mean, if she actually does have a problem, then good for her for finally recognizing it and realizing
it only took doing that.
Well, at least that's your rock bottom and not something way worse. I mean, if your rock bottom is blowing it on national TV, singing the national anthem, whatever. I mean, you're in the same you'll be in the same category as Roseanne Barr. Who was that one who did the NBA All-Star game a couple years ago? Was like Mariah Carey or Fergie or
I
don't remember.
Who knows?
I mean
Fergie. I think it was Fergie.
Okay, it was Fergie.
I think it was Fergie.
So and then the Super Bowl, there's been a couple that you've just been like, oh God. So it will be for
I think it was this year the Bucks had Flavor Flav sing at the beginning of the game once.
It was
that wasn't good.
But yes, but also boo on the person who picked Flavor Flav to sing the national anthem.
But who was expecting it to be good?
Right, exactly. Like nobody was like, this is gonna be good. I mean,
what?
I mean, overall, it will be forgotten because it was for the home run derby. It wasn't for the actual All-Star game.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even remember her name already. I forgot her name.
and we've said it like 10 times today. So all right.
Yeah, I don't remember it either already.
Ingrid Michelson?
Ingrid Andress. Ingrid Andress.
Michelson. Got the first name right.
That's someone though, right? That is a somebody.
Ingrid Michelson?
Yeah, is that a singer?
I think so. It sounds right, but I'm not gonna look it up.
All right.
Oh yes, no, yeah. She's got the sweater song. She's talented.
She would not do that.
No, she also. I could also see them not. Well, I mean, when you're doing 162 games a year, you tend to just take whoever will say yes. So
I'm still waiting for our invite.
You know what?
Oh, that would be a bad idea. I can't sing.
No, but
I think you could do a better job than.
If the Brewers called us and said that they would have us down on the field to sing the national anthem because we're some sort of local pop culture based podcast who also occasionally talks about sports, even though I know I would embarrass myself, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Would you just try to go traditional style?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't try to like stretch out the words like when you get to the free, right, drag that on for 30 minutes.
Just turn it into Freebird at that point.
Yeah. No, I would just try to do straight, like, maybe just have the lyrics right in front, like it just like a speed run. Like,
yeah.
Holding the sheet music.
But yeah, no, I mean, I would do it because don't you tend to get like a Brewer shirt or like a jersey out of it?
Yeah.
I don't know. You could probably barter with them.
Probably a hot dog. At least.
Free tickets to the game, at least. Yeah.
They're in the euchre seats, but yeah.
Hey, didn't you just sing the national anthem? Yeah. Why are you behind the pole?
You heard it.
Yeah, But so are you saying you would say no, or would you say yes in that scenario?
God, I can't sing. Probably still say yes.
I have to say yes.
I get to throw out the first pitch as well.
Okay, that's a good deal.
All right. Well, we'll see if we
embarrass myself twice.
We'll see if we can't get. Maybe this episode will get heard enough that maybe at some point next year the Brewers will invite us to come do the national anthem.
Do we get to all three sing it at the same time?
Oh, yeah.
Is that how that works?
I would assume as much.
Every third word, we're just gonna.
That's easy. Every third word.
Yeah. The rock band style.
That's awesome. That's. I thought that we'd have to like go solo. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, like three separate. So
like one each.
So it's the whatever series comes to town. Like say the Rockies are in town for a 3-game. Like you get game 1, I get game 2, Justin gets game 3.
Yeah. And then PCR.
And then everyone gets to vote on the best performance.
It could be the start of our career. It just that
could.
Just this
how like a fantasy football punishment. You have to go sing the national anthem.
All right. Well, anyway, yesterday I was at the Renaissance Fair down in good old Bristol, which is I think the entire town of Bristol is the Renaissance Fair. I'm not sure if there's anything else down there. I don't know. I've been to many Renaissance Fairs before. There was one down in the Atlanta area that I went to a handful of times in the 10 years I lived in Atlanta. There was one. I was reminded. I kept thinking it because I lived on the Virginia side of DC. that it was in Virginia, but apparently the Renaissance Fair we would go to was actually in Maryland. But it's kind of like when we go to Chicago, like it's right there. Like you're not like, it wasn't like we drove for like 3 hours. It was like 30-40 minute drive to the Renaissance Fair, and you're in Maryland. So like it must have been right over the border. And then a couple years ago when I was out in Arizona handling some family business, my mom and I went to a Renaissance Fair out there.
Wow.
So
There's the Renaissance Fair, man.
Apparently I'm a massive fan of the Renaissance Fair. Which, to be fair, I kind of am. It's a lot of it's fun. You get turkey legs, although yesterday I did not get a turkey leg. I was a little upset, but the lines for the turkey leg were outlandish. It was ridiculously insane.
The last time we went, we got a turkey leg right when we were like kind of towards the end of the day. So they did a buy one get one free thing on turkey legs.
Jeez.
It's like, what do you need 2 of those massive things for?
Well, I mean, if you had 2 people,
It's still, you could feed 2 people with 1 turkey leg.
I could take down a turkey leg by myself easy. I did get the giant pickle on a stick though.
Good choice.
Because you're at a Renaissance Fair.
I don't mean to stop you guys, but this conversation is sounding very familiar. Did we do a Renaissance episode? I mean, we can keep going. It's fine, but
I have never been to the Wisconsin Renaissance Fair.
Okay.
So if
we've talked about this.
So if we've talked about it, I know we've talked about the last couple of years. We've talked about going as a group.
Okay.
And I've probably said what I've done at previous other states. I mean,
and the guy that was on America's Got Talent from the Renaissance Fair.
I saw that guy yesterday. He was there.
Did you hand him a business card?
I don't have any more business cards. I don't know what I did with them all. We need to make some more.
He's at the Renaissance Fair? This one here in Wisconsin?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. I don't know if it's his main Renaissance Fair or if it's
his main one is here.
Because I know I was
I
was playing around on his YouTube. I was playing around on his YouTube channel last night, and he had a bunch from like Arizona and Texas and some other places. But I know that like you wouldn't want to go to a Renaissance Fair in July in Arizona. So they do theirs in like March, February. It's still ridiculously hot because it's the Arizona desert. Sure. But like you would probably kill people if you tried to do it in July.
Everyone have to sign a waiver.
Just to walk into the Renaissance Fair, you have to sign a waiver.
Yeah.
Like we saw the jousters, so they got the big, the metal, the knight's outfit with the chest pieces, the helmets, and like, could you imagine doing that in 120-degree weather? Like, you'd be dead.
Crazy.
You'd be inside of an oven.
You would just boil your brain, like just
boiled goose.
But I enjoy the Renaissance Fair. I will say that I think I'm getting to the age where going to the Renaissance Fair is not as fun as it used to be.
Oh no. You're losing your childlike enthusiasm.
Welcome to the club.
I think it's more just like I don't like people. Like I guess I should be more specific. I like people. I just don't like them in groups. Like
large groups, no thank you.
Yeah.
Small groups, give or take.
I will say, I know that the Wisconsin Renaissance Fair, like they love to talk about all the awards that they've won, and they've been around, forever. It seemed really massively disorganized.
Wow.
Like,
you gonna take that, Justin?
Go for it.
As a Wisconsin all things ambassador.
Yeah, but as a anti-Renaissance.
Okay, fair. Okay,
it is disorganized. There is like, unless they change it, there's no structure to the layout.
No, everything is circular. So you just keep walking around until you've seen everything a couple times, and then you're like, okay, I'm done. Mm-hmm. But like the lines for the concession stands were just ridiculous. It was like when we first walked in, like we saw a bunch of people in line, and we're like, why would you want to get a turkey leg at 10 o'clock in the morning? I now know why people were getting in line that early, because at noon, 12:30, 1 o'clock, when you're like, okay, it's lunchtime, I'd like to. Oh, I mean, yeah, the line is like ridiculous. I think that the Renaissance Fair here in Bristol would be really beneficial to like cap the number of people that could be in the Renaissance Fair at any one time, because it just seemed like they were just letting people it was just like you're tripping over people left and right.
They're getting money. They don't care when people are in there.
Right, and I get it. I mean, you only operate on weekends from July 4th to Labor Day. So you're really limiting when you can get money.
Yeah, that's a small window.
I mean, that's a very small window. So of course you're just going to be like, come on in, and people are just throwing I don't even know how much money I spent yesterday. Like, on top of the tickets, because
tickets are what, 40?
Well, if you buy them at Menards ahead of time, they're 36.
Yeah, you said $4. Yeah.
So for Christmas, I bought my parents Renaissance Fair tickets because they are always emailing me like, oh, if you buy your tickets early, you'll get them on sale. Like, so I got them like a pretty good deal for like some sort of holiday package. So the four of us went, and I was just handing out cash like it was like, just paper instead of money.
You can come here and we'll put out a Renaissance Fair.
Yeah,
handing us cash.
I'll joust for you.
Yeah, but are you gonna give me pickles?
Sure, I'll do whatever you want, man.
Depends on how much money you're
dispensing cash like you're in a strip club.
So for the listeners, if you give Jeremy money, he will give you his pickle.
Yeah, I'm cash poor, people. I'm on hard times.
But there was just so many people, and it seemed so, like, compared to other fairs that I've been to, it just seemed disorganized. Like, I don't know a way to fix it. Like, I don't know, like, I can't specifically point at something and say, if they put lines here. I mean, I should have realized that there was a problem when you walk up to the front gate. And they're like, oh, if you have paper tickets, go to this line. If you have tickets you have to scan, you go to this line. And the scan line was just a massive throng of people. There was no defined lines. There were no stanchions. There were no like the scene in Shrek when he has to walk through all the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that. It was
those don't exist.
Massive free for all. Like, just whoever stands in line, and just as they're letting you in. And then of course, everybody just stops as soon as they get through the gate, and you're like, motherfucker, move. Like,
I think I figured out a way to fix the line problem. Corn maze. You have to get through the corn maze, and at the end of it, there's your ticket window.
That's clever. I think that's a good one.
So, but as for like the lines for the concessions, like, I don't know a way to fix that. I mean, other than maybe have more turkey leg booths, or
yeah. Well, this is weird, isn't it? It's been going on for years and years and years.
Well, it's funny you say that. I was curious as to when Renaissance fairs in general started, but we'll stick with the one here in the state of Wisconsin, because that's the one we care the most about. The Bristol Renaissance Fair started in 1972.
Happy birthday to you, Nicholas.
It is older than I am, thank you very much, by 6 years. It says it's on 30 acres, not including the parking. They average around 400,000 visitors a year.
When you think about, how many days are they open? 16?
Well, I mean...
Maybe what, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
No, I think it's just Saturday and Sunday.
For how many weekends?
From around July 4th to Labor Day. I mean, I think maybe sometimes they start right before July 4th. If July 4th is like on a Monday, or like the weekend is like starts on July 1st, but it tends to be, so it's July, August, and most of September. So you've got however many days that works out. And then I think the only
12?
weekday they're open, so 12 to 13 days.
And how many people?
It says here on Wikipedia they average about 400,000.
Jesus.
That's a lot of people.
I'm just looking through the rest of the states. The one in the Texas Renaissance Fair, and it does not say which part of Texas this, but they get 679,000. but they are open October through Thanksgiving weekend, 9 weekends. But see, again, in Texas, you couldn't do that in July.
So if they're open for 13 days out of that span, that's 30,000, 31,000 people per day.
It feels like
you're right.
No, it absolutely felt like it.
How big is it? How big is like the whole grounds?
It said 30 acres, not including the parking.
Okay.
1 acre per 1,000 people.
Here's one in Oklahoma that it gets about 350,000, but apparently they just do one weekend in April.
I don't know why the idea of that is. I need to go to one of these.
Well, we do need to go. I mean, I will say, maybe I just wasn't in the best headspace yesterday, or maybe, there could be a number of reasons. I just, I do feel like I learned some things that maybe going to the Renaissance Fair here, it might be better to wait until like 2 or 3 o'clock rather than get there right when it opens at 10. Because like as we were leaving we left about 3:30, and you could tell like people were starting to clear out. I mean, it's open from 10 to 7, I think. So like if you get there at 3, you still got 4 hours. So so maybe getting there a little later, it's not as bad because like the number of people have already kind of worn themselves out and they've gone home.
When I just searched how many the Bristol Renaissance Fair people, it says 225,000 visitors each year over 9 weekends. Divide that by 9 weekends is 18 days. 12,500 people per day. That makes more sense than 30,000.
I was going to say
that's still a lot of people.
It is still a lot of people.
I mean, I was going to say maybe we could go to the one in Minnesota, but it still averages a lot of people too. I also don't know where Shakopee, Minnesota is, so
wherever
it's in Shaquille O'Neal's toilet.
Shaquille O'Neal's toilet.
Shakopee. Man, you don't get this content on every podcast.
No,
you really don't. People are missing out.
Yeah.
I actually have 2 suggestions for this cast. This particular episode.
Okay.
We put down a nice little bed of medieval music, fee-free medieval music, and then number 2, we just completely cut my audio track out completely because everything I've said has just been worthless.
Well, no, you're definitely not getting cut now. Okay. I don't know how to put a bed of Renaissance music under. I don't know how to put a bed of music under anything. I
don't either, but I just lower the decibel levels to a really small amount. I find you a royalty-free, really long medieval song within the next day or 2 and get it to you? Can you put it in?
I will do my best, but no promises.
Okay, all right.
So if you're hearing it right now, I figured it out. If you aren't hearing it, I can't figure it.
Or I didn't find the song.
Or you didn't find the song. One of the two. Okay.
I was looking up the smallest Renaissance fairs because we were talking about all the people problems.
Yeah.
Apparently there's one called Wren in the Glen.
Oh, wow.
It's a medieval fantasy fair in Glenwood, Wisconsin. It says
cool.
The top line is small in size, huge in fun.
Okay, well, let's go to that one.
$17 at the gate and free parking.
Even better. All right.
I'll find out how far it is.
I am looking here because I was wondering that there's a great Wikipedia article on all the Renaissance fairs that exist, and there's like 7 of them in California. There's like 3 or 4 in Texas. But apparently Illinois just hates fun. They don't have one.
Of course they hate fun. That's why they always come to Wisconsin.
Oh my God. Illinois. I went to that Cubs game a couple weeks ago.
Are we bashing Illinois now?
Oh fuck yeah!
Absolutely, let's go,
Charlie. I'm coming for you. Illinois drivers are the worst, are they not?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Driving into the Renaissance Fair yesterday, as people were driving crazy, I'm like, bet it's an Illinois driver, and then they did something and we got behind them, and I was like, yep, right. It's like Illinois drivers are so bad. They must teach being a bad driver in driver's ed.
That's a different course. It's called bad driver's ed.
Oh, okay.
Or special ed.
I think all their driver's ed teachers are just drunk.
They sing the national anthem and then they teach class.
Yeah.
If we teach them how to drive drunk at the beginning.
Yeah, right.
They'll be set up for success later.
But yeah, they're just so bad. But yeah, no, it goes right from Georgia to Kansas. So it looks like Hawaii and Illinois and Iowa don't have Renaissance fairs. But wow. Kansas has 2. Kentucky has 1. Like, even Maine gets in on the fun. But I mean, it's the other thing that I've been noticing about Renaissance fairs is I've been going to them since the 90s when I would go to them back when I was in high school and college. And people have always dressed up in like vaguely Renaissance fair or Renaissance era costumes.
Not here.
The costumes are getting more ridiculous as time has gone on. Like they're dressing more like video game characters.
Really?
Like there's a lot of
any excuse to dress up there.
It's just cosplay now.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people. I saw 3 or 4 different men wearing gym shorts and green body paint. Like they had painted their entire body green. I don't know what the reference is. I didn't want to ask them because I didn't want to talk to these people. But I could not figure because they weren't like 2 guys were together. The other couple that I saw were not. So this was not like a group of men who were like, let's all paint ourselves green and walk around the Renaissance fair. Like this was clearly an independent idea that multiple guys had. A lot of Legend of Zelda, a lot of, various different, but I saw some people wearing what I could only describe as maybe Call of Duty costumes.
That's interesting.
One of the times I went, I saw Mario and Luigi walk around.
I did see Waldo. I found him. He was hiding, but I spotted him. He was also holding his dog, so I got the dog too. 2 for 1.
So it kind of sounds like it's like an outdoor convention.
It kind of is, but all the vendors are definitely like only Renaissance fair themed vendors. Like,
sure.
Like, I mean, like it's getting to the point where like it's kind of like our people, but our people are put into hot, sweaty costumes and served lots of alcohol. So I guess not terribly different than like anime, except for it's outdoors instead of inside where it's air conditioned. So maybe a little.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This means some people wear less articles of clothing.
I did see that. There was one woman who was clearly wearing just a bra and some like jeweled things over the bra.
Nice.
Not
so nice.
Yeah, I mean there were lots. I saw a guy wearing a shirt that said, "I'm here for the I came for the turkey legs. I stay for the cleavage."
Classic Renaissance shirt.
Yeah. There was a lot of cleavage, like a lot. Like
heard that.
There was.
I heard people get up to no good. It's a hotbed.
I personally didn't see any of that, but I would assume that certain younger performers probably do very well.
Now, at the local brothel,
which I assume is the RV park on the other side of the parking lot, for where all the
fair,
where all the performers have their RVs set up for the time that they're out here.
Brothel parking. Did you take in any shows while you were there?
I did. I saw the jousting show. I saw a show called How Not to Die. And since I didn't die, I assume that I must have taken some sort of lesson from it.
Yeah.
And then I watched Adam, I think he goes by like Adam Firecracker. Adam Winrich. We saw him on AGT. We've talked about him a couple years ago. We talked about him a few minutes ago. But
are you going to say Adam Firecrotch?
No, Adam. Okay. Am I caught up now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So he goes by like Adam Firecracker, Adam Fire. Like he's funny.
Stop.
He was way funnier in person than he was on a AGT.
Yeah, he's a lot dirtier.
He was a little dirtier, but I mean, it was still a all ages show. He hogtied a kid. That was kind of funny.
Probably still sitting there hogtied to this day.
I know that. I mean, he brought out the whip with the fire. He had a big, like, 27-pound chain that he whipped. Like, we've
all been there.
Right? It made me want to get a bullwhip and learn how to do some stuff.
Yeah.
Too much information.
Well, not that kind of stuff, you weirdo.
Maybe want to get a whip and learn how to do stuff.
Yeah.
With the whip.
Well, it kind of doesn't make it any better.
I want to do stuff with that whip.
I want to become a performer at the Renaissance Fair. I don't know. We could do we could probably do a comedy show at the Renaissance Fair. We'd do a couple shows a day for 2 days, for Saturday and Sunday. I mean, we'd probably have to get the R-rated, because there was some that were listed as R-rated or adult only shows. We'd probably have to get that rating because I don't think two of us can be trusted.
You too,
Justin.
Me?
I think two of us have a problem, when we get going.
My language is fine, just the content is not always most appropriate.
Okay, so it might be all three of us, actually.
I think there's a little bit of problems in all of us.
But we could just slap a vaguely Renaissance Fair based costume on and go do a body comedy show.
You could do a podcast from the park.
I would love to see what that would entail myself. We'd
have to learn some, random Renaissance facts that we can work into just, talking, vaguely. But I've also determined that there's nothing period. All right, so there was an episode of Big Bang Theory, and I know that you hate Big Bang Theory, or at least one of you does. Where like they went to a Renaissance,
pretend to hate it.
Where there was a Renaissance Fair that they went to, and Sheldon went in a Star Trek outfit because he said, "If none of you, the rest of you, are going to be period specific, neither will I." Which when I went to the one in Arizona, I saw a lot of guys wearing Star Trek outfits. This one I was expecting it, but I didn't see it. I saw a guy wearing like a World War I like German outfit, which was a little weird.
What the fuck?
At least he went World War I and not World War II.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Costume like Justin said, like the costumes are basically like just wear a costume. Like it doesn't have to be anywhere close to vaguely Renaissance. A lot of pointy ears, like a lot of elf stuff, a lot of gnomes. There was a family. One guy was dressed like a pickle. One guy was dressed like a banana, and one guy was dressed like cup of noodles.
If he was a pickle, did you put him on a stick?
I wanted to. At least that one is relatively Renaissance Fair specific because every Renaissance Fair I've been to sells pickles on a stick. Like that's one of the things.
Their stick.
Turkey legs and pickles on a stick. Yeah,
can't go wrong with those two food items.
No, you can't. But you can go wrong when you've decided you're hungry and you really want food, and you're gonna like stand in the steak on a stick line, and it's just way too long, and you see the taco stand has no line at all, none, and you're like, oh, brilliant! I'll just go get some tacos. So I bought some tacos and an empanada. And I walked over, and the wife and I sat down, and she took like 2 bites of the taco and was like, "This is the worst taco I've ever had in my life." And then I was eating the empanada, and it was supposed to be a beef empanada, but it had a very vaguely sweet flavor to it, and it was not good. It wasn't. Yeah, I would say probably one of the worst empanadas I've ever had in my life. At which point I realized why that booth didn't have a line.
Right.
And nobody warns you. Just dude, don't no.
Yeah, no. As I'm walking over there, going, hey, no line. Look at how smart I am. Nobody was like, don't. There's a reason.
Everyone's watching you, going, "What an idiot!"
Yeah,
he's gonna fall for it. Watch this guy. Yeah. So Renaissance fairs. Yesterday's experience with standing, I would say in general, like I've had a lot of fun. We just didn't. Okay, what the hell? Like my connection says
we're gonna hit the building. How's mine?
It's not you guys because you both freeze up at the exact same time, so it's definitely mine.
And you freeze on ours. Me and Jeremy are able to keep mocking you.
Are you on Wi-Fi or are you on like corded?
You want dial-up?
No, I mean like
No. No, I accidentally just unplugged my headphone.
You can plug in.
Yeah. No, I
Elknet.
No, damn it.
I don't know why all of a sudden I'm having problems when I've never had problems before. So
Comes with age.
Anyway, like I was trying to say, and I'm going to have to edit around a lot of this and not make myself look that bad, but, heaven forbid. Anyway, yesterday's experience notwithstanding, I tend to have fun at Renaissance Fair. There was a show I wanted to see. A girl had one of those cat shows where she trained cats to jump through hoops and, had, rats that would do, wire work. And, but we just didn't have time.
What do the rats do?
I saw that one, I think, last year.
They climb on ropes and go across tight wire. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I think she was on AGT as well.
Cool. That would have been cool to see for sure.
Yeah. What I'd like to do is get some of the business cards or stickers made up, and go to the Renaissance Fair and then hit up some of these people after and be like, "Do you want to come on the show and talk about it?" So.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
The rats. Do you think they like that question?
And just so that we we do the due diligence on our show, try to, because we are an educational program.
Oh, are we?
Yes, we.
I know we fell into the category of educational on this podcast.
According to Wikipedia, the first Renaissance Fair was in 1963 in the LA area, and it became so popular it just kind of spread from there.
Except for Illinois.
They tried to stay a lot more period accurate and a lot more whatever word I'm trying to say.
What are you trying to say?
Representative of the actual era, with the artisans and the food merchants, and trying to be as historically accurate as possible. But as they've progressed, they're not. They're just, it's just an excuse to...
It's a money grab.
It's just an excuse to sell some food, hang out, have fun, have some weird shows, show as much tit as you can without actually showing nipple.
If they want to, no one's going to stop them. No one is going to stop them.
I think the cops might.
There's no law in
it's the Renaissance. Yeah. Outside cops aren't welcome there.
I did not see any actual police officers in the Renaissance Fair. I did see a lot of men wearing red shirts that said security, though.
They're not going to stop them. They're just going to be like, nice.
I'm sure somebody would have said something. Like, hey,
at some point.
Put those away.
Stop pointing at me, ma'am.
All right. Well, anyway, anybody have anything else to add about Renaissance Fairs that we'd want to talk about, or is that enough of the?
Jeremy still needs to go.
I really want to go.
Okay. So that is
that's all.
This talk has just gotten you excited about going to a Renaissance Fair. So
it really has.
I doubt we're gonna have time this year because we're getting low on weekends, and so maybe next year we'll try a little harder to go. Do we want to talk about the trailers that I sent to you, or do we want to just talk about what we watched this week?
I watched this week. I watched some trailers.
Me too. So they're the same category.
All right, Jackpot. John Cena and Aquafina. How do we feel about that one? Is that one?
I didn't realize they rhymed.
Love it. Love the rhyme. Love the duo.
Looks interesting.
It does. It kind of looked like a little bit of I guess the Hunger Games meets Running Man.
Sure, I could see that.
Somebody made a joke once, very recently, that John Cena is becoming more and more like Jim Varney every day, and now I can't unsee it.
That's funny. That's good.
So they're like, if Jim Varney worked out, that would be John Cena, and I'm here for it. I would like to see Ernest rebooted with John Cena.
Yeah, nice.
He might even be up for it.
He seems to be up for stuff that's a little bit weirder. So yeah, I think.
Are you going to go to the Jackpot submit a thing to win the jackpot?
I absolutely did.
That infuriated me so much that I'm not signing up out of spite because I don't like pre-trailer trailers.
Oh, these pre-trailer and every trailer has it. Yeah, and I remember a couple months ago, or the last time we talked about a bunch of trailers, I brought up the pre-trailer trailer.
You did.
And you both were like, what are you, fucking stupid? That doesn't exist. Nothing like that exists. I've never seen that before. And now you all understand where I was like a year ago.
Yeah. I didn't watch a lot of trailers.
That to you anyways.
True. It's never going to end. But now I'm with you. And yeah, it is kind of annoying. I mean, it's not kind of. It sucks. It's stupid. Yeah. Fuck these corporate fat cats.
like, what is the purpose of a pre-trailer? Like, the trailer starting. So here's a mini trailer before we show you the actual trailer. Like, just show me the fucking trailer.
Yeah. That's all we want to see. Like, I mean, it's bad enough with to see YouTube fucking ads if we don't have the ad blocker enabled or premium paid for. I mean, for fuck's sake.
But,
Yell at Cloud. More rants.
All right. The other advantage to Jackpot is that it's going to be on Amazon Prime, so I don't have to pay to go see it in the theaters.
That's good.
Isn't there a thing where if you have Amazon Prime, you can somehow get into the theaters to see it for free? I've heard that. I've never
heard that, but I don't think
if it's a movie that's straight to Amazon Prime and you have Amazon, you can see it in theaters for free.
Wow.
I mean, that should be a thing.
I don't know if that's true,
but
I'll hit up Google later.
Okay. Because I'm interested in Jackpot. It looks funny. It looks interesting, but it's not like a movie that I'm like, oh yeah, I'd pay $30 to go see that in the theater.
Oh, I wouldn't pay for it, but it looks exciting. It looks like a fun afternoon.
Speaking of wrestlers turned actors, yes. I also sent a trailer for Red 1.
I saw that trailer a while ago.
Yeah, that was that's the Rock's Christmas movie, where he's like the head elf or head security elf. J. Jonah Jameson is a jacked Santa Claus. Like, he's just like ripped, like ridiculously. J. Jonah Jameson got ripped for no reason at all. I mean, that's the Spider-Man character. What is his real name? J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons got ripped to play Commissioner Gordon for no reason at all, because nobody expects Commissioner Gordon to be ripped, but he did it, and I guess he's decided he's going to just keep it. So now they're like playing Santa as like though he's like this massive like workout guy,
bodybuilding Santa.
He gets kidnapped, and The Rock has to go save him, and Chris Evans is involved somehow.
He is awesome. Whatever Chris Evans, he's like a specialist at something, but he's on the naughty.
Yeah. So, again, it's another one of those going to streaming. So sure, it's The Rock, it's Chris Evans. Oh, I was gonna watch it. I probably would have gone and seen that one in the theaters. Not necessarily like I'm like, yeah, I love it, but it's a Christmas movie and it's The Rock, and certain people who are sitting upstairs. Yeah. Then there's Gladiator 2, which I know we've talked about before in our series of way too long in between sequels. Now that I've seen the trailer, like I'm in. Like, I want to see it. Like, I think it looks good. I think Pedro Pascal is amazing. Denzel, a bunch of other people whose names I can't remember off the top of my head. Like, I think it looks cool. I think it doesn't have anything to do with the first Gladiator. I mean, it kind of like they kind of said it did, but like I feel like it was one of those like they just shoehorned it in so they could call it Gladiator 2.
Yeah.
But I think it looks good.
My opinion hasn't wavered. It's still
looked like a bunch of dudes wearing Philly stuff, just saying a bunch of boring things with a pretty background.
I mean, a lot of people are going to get fucked up. They're going to get some swords to the head.
Well, I mean, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see that.
Look like some rhinos were going to kill some people, maybe some lions.
Sure. That's not bad.
Of course, I did think it quite weird. And like, honestly, I saw another commercial for a different thing, and I was like, wait, they called that, I thought that was Gladiator 2, but Peacock has a show that just started this week called For Those About to Die. It's a series. Anthony Hopkins is like the emperor, and then a whole bunch of people I've never heard of. So I was like, oh, okay. So Gladiator 2 is coming out the same time that like Peacock is like, we're gonna do a show. And like some of the same concepts in the trailer, in the two trailers. Like it was like, oh, okay.
It's a race.
Well, Peacock won if it's a race, but I wonder which one of them is going to win the ratings or the money.
Peacock. Nobody goes to theaters anymore.
That's probably true. All right, and then finally,
sad. I like the theater.
Sad. Yeah,
go give me some popcorn.
I'm going to go see Deadpool vs. Wolverine Saturday morning. I bought my tickets this afternoon. We rewatched Deadpool 2 this afternoon after I was done with all of my yard work. So that
I'm going to assume mine and Jeremy's invites got lost in the mail.
No, they're not coming. you fuckers
straight up weren't sent.
Yeah, you fuckers can go see it on your own. We are going to see it. We're going to see it at like 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. I'm not going to tell you what theater, so you two can't show up.
I'll be at work.
It's okay. I'll be at House of the Rock.
So I don't think I have to worry about one of you being up at 10 a.m. in the morning. You know,
that's true.
But yeah, I'm not gonna wait. Like this is one of those like I'm gonna see it opening weekend movies because I'm not about to have any of it spoiled any more than it already has been. But yeah, $32.
Are you saying Deadpool's a has-been?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying $32 to see a movie at 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning is ridiculous. I'm glad I had $10 in rewards cash, so it was only 22. But still, that's a lot. Is
that just for the two of you?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
That's great. What screen is the one with the extra stuff on it, Jeremy?
Oh,
any screen Jeremy's watching has extra stuff on
it. You're talking about the one that I was talking about with Kong and Godzilla?
Yeah, that one.
What is that called? Oh, shit, man. What is it called, Justin?
I don't remember.
Screen X.
Oh, okay. So that's not what, because we're going to see it at the.
Go on.
The ultra screen.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's still a good screen. That's a big ass screen.
Yeah. So okay.
It's no Screen X, but I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Final trailer I sent you guys. This one was more for Jeremy, because I do know that Justin likes horror movies, but I know that Jeremy a little bit more into them. A movie called Trap.
Mm-hmm.
Which I saw a trailer for a while ago, and then it just kind of like went away. But when the second trailer came out, people are kind of picking up on it a little bit more. Looks very interesting. Very. I'm not necessarily thrilled that they kind of give away that Josh Hartnett is like the serial killer in the trailer, but I feel like they're giving that away to distract you from something else.
Sure. Yeah, like this killer.
Yeah, especially when you see it's an M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie.
Right. Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that one. That one I might actually want to try go seeing in the theaters because like that, I haven't seen a good horror movie in the theaters in a while. But it's so hard. I mean, I love, like you said, like I love the theater experience. I love going and sitting in the recliner and just watching the screen on the big, not having, turning the phone off, not being distracted by it. Just,
You turn your phone off?
Like I do. Like you should.
I never turn my phone off. It's on silent all the time, but it's never off.
No, see, you're one of those people.
My phone is actually on silent 100% of the time. I never unsilent my phone because my watch tells me things.
Oh. But do you look at your phone during the movie?
Oh, no, it's in my pocket.
Does your phone go off? Does your watch go off and light up?
If I don't put my watch on silent, it will.
This is part of why I think some of the theater experience is dying, because as a culture we are getting ruder and less, knowing that when you go to the movie theaters, you keep your fucking mouth shut, like for an hour and a half to 2 hours, or in the case of like Avatar, 6 hours.
That's asking a lot.
That is, but like just don't talk.
Yeah.
Like I don't like if you got some comments to make or like, whatever during the trailers, whatever. I don't care. Make a comment. Oh, I want to see that. Oh, I don't want to see that. Or
that looks good.
What if I've got really great one-liners?
But once the movie starts, once those opening credits come up, keep your fucking mouth shut. I don't want to hear your one-liner. Keep it to yourself.
But
Try to remember
it's
what
a good
happened.
one-liner.
You should have heard us going off during Kong versus Godzilla or whatever the fuck that movie's called.
Were you the only two people in the theater?
It was, you know what it was actually? Everyone was going crazy because of the storms. People were all riled up. Because
Oh,
the power actually, well, the power didn't go out in the theater, but there was warnings and shit going on for tornadoes outside. So everyone it was kind of like a community, like really chatty theater that whole time.
see, that would
Yeah.
have annoyed me greatly.
It was kind of annoying, but the movie wasn't like, it was all right. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know how upset I would have been because I watched that movie on TV not too long in the last couple weeks, and it definitely wasn't the best of the most recent Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
It was good, but it wasn't as good. Like Monarch on Apple TV was way better. But yeah. So, anybody else watch anything this week? I mean, like I said, I watched Deadpool 2, so
not worth talking about.
I caught the season finale of The Boys, and now I got to wait another year or two for season 5, which will be the last season. So
I'd like to watch that. I just need to like refresh my memory of what happened.
well, if you'd like to get refreshed on season 1, an episode of Moving Panels just came out where yours truly went on and we broke down season 1.
Perfect.
So,
I will listen to that and get.
Doesn't help you with season 2 and 3, but at least you'll get season 1 recapped.
Yeah, that's a third of the battle. Did you watch Unfrosted?
Not yet.
Yeah, I got nothing. I just remember working.
Okay.
Kitchen lots of again. I shot some cool stuff yesterday. I went to Grant Park and shot another Mysteries from Beyond with my friend Dame. It's going to be very much a style of Blair Witch. We do a lot of like POV shots from.
But it's going to be better than Blair Witch, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's a low bar to cross
for some people. It made a lot of money.
Yeah,
can't argue with their success.
No, you can't. You cannot argue with the success, but you can argue with the quality.
It was a choice.
Bad one.
Well, some people would say that. Some people will definitely say that. You might not like this latest Mysteries from Beyond then, but I'm having a hell of a time editing, and we're doing some really creative and fun things.
I can enjoy found footage movies. I know the other one here hates found footage movies, but
they're not good.
Cloverfield, absolutely amazing. Probably one of the best examples of found footage. It's definitely an example on how to do it well. Blair Witch is an example on how to annoy your audience.
Poughkeepsie tapes. There's a good example how to do good found footage.
One of these days, I'll watch that.
Turn the lights off. Oh, it's just like Blair Witch. Watch it with the lights off.
I'll just watch it on the projector.
Do you think people would have been more effective? When did you see Blair Witch?
When?
Yeah. Did you see it when it first came out?
What year did it first come out?
Like 99, 98?
Yeah. It was definitely when I was in college.
I want to say yes then.
Like
99.
I don't know. I just feel like it would have been cool. Like
yeah, I saw it. I saw it when it first came out then.
Okay.
I remember renting it like really soon after it came to video. And like, because everybody was like, oh my God, this movie's so amazing. And then I watched it and I was like, I like the concept. I liked a lot of the stuff going into it, but the one or two of the 3 actors that they chose were just so bad that it was hard to get behind. Like, I get that you were choosing people who weren't famous because you were trying to sell like the story, and I'm fine with that, but at least pick people who are slightly better at acting.
That's fair. I mean, that movie came out when I was really young, and it was very effective. I thought it was real. It was awesome. Like I was like cowering in my fucking bedroom, like shitting my pants.
Like, I mean, and that was the early days of the internet. I mean, the internet was just starting to get available in everybody's home. Like not everybody had the internet just yet, but it was definitely more available than it had been a couple years even before that. Mm-hmm. So they were able to they were one of the first examples of how to do viral marketing and do it well. Like, because the internet was just like you could still sell stuff like that and not have people debunking it within seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like there was a viral campaign before people even knew what viral campaigns were, like trying to sell the idea that this was real. Like this is, and you're like, oh, and then like you trying to do research on, well, wait, was it real? Like, is this like what? Wait, what?
Right.
So I mean, I appreciate the concept and I appreciate a lot of the execution. It was just the, well, I guess the idea behind it and some of the things that they did, like, but it was just that girl and one of those two guys were just like, I wanted to slap them. I just wanted to slap them.
Fair enough.
All right. Anybody else watch anything or have anything they want to plug or?
Not that I can think of.
I think so.
All right, then. So if you're going to a Renaissance fair and you think that dressing like a Call of Duty character is the way to go, just remember.
Or if you're Illinois and you don't have a Renaissance.
Just remember, stupid never walks alone.
Comic books have been around for almost a century, and in the last 2 decades, we've finally gotten to see many of these characters brought to life in movies and on TV. On the Moving Panels podcast, we discuss movies and TV shows based on, inspired by, and adapted from the world of comic books. Join me and my guests as we discuss both the good and the bad from Marvel, DC, and even some of the lesser-known comic book companies. Learn what is and isn't from the comics, as well as our nerdy review of the movie or show. New episodes drop every Monday, and you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. So join us for Moving Panels, and I'll see you on the other side of the page.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and listen to an 80s Flick Flashback podcast once in a while, you could miss it. Do you love movies of a certain age? Do you miss the days of VHS tapes, VCRs, and the video rental stores? Does the thought of another 80s movie being remade seem inconceivable? My name is Tim Williams. I'm the creator and host of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. On each episode, I'm joined by guest co-host to discuss one of the many movies released in the 1980s. We share our first-time watch memories, our favorite scenes, and even learn some behind-the-scenes stories about the cast and crew along the way. New episodes are released every other Friday on your favorite podcasting platform. So make like a tree, get out of here, and go listen to an excellent episode of the 80s Flick Flashback podcast. The ad is over. Go home. Go.